everybody, welcome back to H&S Collectibles. This is Cody, and I've got a mega haul here for you. The way everybody likes physical media, I thought that this would be worth showing. So my father-in-law is kind of cleaning out his media collection. He's switching over to only keeping his Blu-rays, his 4Ks, and his Steelbooks. So he sent all the standard def over to our house to sort through and see what we want. So kind of overwhelming, kind of big, but thanks to him for that. That's really cool. I already see a bunch of titles that I want. Not necessarily horror, but there's Underworld, there's The Final Cut, there's some Star Trek, 300, just a huge variety here. So I'm going to start going through them and make an exact count and see what I want, and eventually show you all a kind of a haul video of what I decide to keep. So stay tuned. So it's the next day now. We did manage to sort through that pile. And again, thanks to my father-in-law for that. That was very nice, very sweet to send those over. And we kept quite a few. My daughters took some, my son took some, my wife took some. We sent some to my parents. We sent some over to a friend who just had a baby and has a couple kids, some of the kids' titles. And I ended up keeping, well, I'll tell you this, we did count them, and we had 1,196 DVDs to go through, and I'm counting seasons as a DVD. So there were 4 seasons of Mad Men in there. That was 4 in that total. So there was a lot of stuff, and I kept 167. I decided to work part of that into this haul video for the week. Just the horror and sci-fi kind of related ones. I wasn't going to go over all of them because there were a lot of comedies, a lot of action movies, and so on. So I'll just go with horror and sci-fi here. And so I've got the DVDs from that. I've got a couple of toy items, and then some DVDs I picked up at a couple used DVD stores. So we'll go through those, and that'll be the haul video. So starting off with what I saved from the father-in-law's pile. The Creeping Flesh with Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing. This is one that I've never seen, but always loved Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee together, so that'll be cool to check out. The Ring Part 2 unrated, still sealed, hasn't been opened. I don't think I saw Part 2. I did see the first one and liked it well enough, not enough really to buy it, but we'll check out the second one. Now this is one that I never have purchased, but since it came free, I'll take it and add it to the collection. But it's the 1998 Godzilla. I guess just for being a completist, I'll keep it, but never was real crazy about that one. Here's one from Fangoria Fright Fest called Hunger. Never seen this either, but we'll see what that's about. Maybe these will be some of the movies that I start to do reviews for on Tuesdays. From the producers of The Grudge and The Ring, here is Shudder, the unrated version. Never seen it either. I don't really see any familiar names in it either, but we'll see how that is. The Big Box of Horror, 10 movies. And in this list is, actually, there's 5 movies on here. So, Destined to be Ingested. It's a South Pacific. In the South Pacific, a group of vacationers end up on an island inhabited by vicious natives. So a cannibal movie, I guess. I Eat Your Skin. The Last Man on Earth with Vincent Price, which is cool. Zombies versus Strippers, which I think I've seen the cover for. Maybe Robert Englund was in that one. I can't remember. Never did watch it. And Daughter of Darkness. So, a few to check out there. Fear of Clowns. Haven't seen that. Hadn't heard of it. We'll check it out. Hostel. Part 1. Haven't seen that in a while. Liked it well enough. That says it's the sicker and more twisted unrated version. Special edition widescreen Silence of the Lambs. So I have Silence of the Lambs already on standard def, but it's not a special edition. So that's cool. Here's a 4-movie collection of Hollow Man 1 and 2, Fortress Part 2, and The Harvest. So I've never heard of Fortress 2 and Harvest, and I've never watched Hollow Man 2. It's the one that has Christian Slater, I think, as the Hollow Man. So I did like Hollow Man 1. I thought that had pretty wild effects when it first came out. Maggie, the Arnold Schwarzenegger zombie movie, which, as I understand, plays out more like a emotional drama than a zombie movie. But we'll check it out. I'm familiar with it, but never have watched it. Movie called Sound of Thunder. And don't really see any familiar names in this one either, or know what it's about, but we'll check it out. That'll be on the list. Universal Soldier Regeneration. So I'm not too sure where in the sequence of Universal Soldiers this comes in. I've seen 1 and 2. Loved Part 1, loved Dolph Lundgren in it, especially Dolph Lundgren. And he's back in this one too, him and Van Damme, both. Oh, we're getting down through the pile. Space Station 76. So my father-in-law told me just how horrible this movie is, and I want to see it just for that. I've always been a big fan of B movies, and sometimes they can be so bad they're good. We'll see if that one is so bad it's good or not. I put this one in the horror category, or at least the thriller category, because dude's insane. But 1 Hour Photo with Robin Williams. Very different kind of performance for him, and a pretty cool movie, I always thought. Van Helsing. So I have a copy of this that is just a copy, just a dub of it. So this is better. This is a widescreen edition. I only picked widescreens out of the pile. I don't like to go full screen anymore. The Riddick trilogy. Pitch Black, Chronicles of Riddick, and Dark Fury, which I've seen Pitch Black. I've never seen any of the other two. I had friends telling me to watch Chronicles of Riddick, and I didn't. I threw this in the pile. It's not horror, but it's definitely a B movie. But FDR, American Badass, with Barry Bostwick playing FDR. It looks like somebody had the sort of the idea of Abraham Lincoln Vampire Slayer and wanted to have even more goofy fun with it. So I'm sure it's horrible, but I've wanted to see it and just hadn't been willing to pay for it. Red Dragon, we'll add that to the Silence of the Lambs pile. Here's one that's right up my alley. Arachnoquake. Unleashed from underground after 1,000,000 years. Spiders. Giant spiders, I guess. So I watched one a while back. I can't think of the name of it offhand, but it was a Steve Guttenberg giant spider movie. Lavalantula, that was it, and that was fun. I got a kick out of that. The Happening. Some folks gripe about this movie. I enjoyed this one. I thought it was pretty good. I like Leguizamo. I like Mark Wahlberg. Secret Window with Johnny Depp. I like that one. Pretty good Stephen King story. So, not horror, but 2 copies of Sin City, each with a different slipcover. So you've got the Benicio del Toro cover, and then you've got the Bruce Willis Hardigan cover. So that's pretty cool. I love Sin City, big fan of that. So just got those strictly for slipcovers, the special edition of Gremlins. So the edition that I have that I showed recently in Mark of Horror's contest video is kind of the old plastic snap and paper lid kind of crummy. So that's nice upgrade for me. The Last Man on Earth with Vincent Price was already in that other set, but here it is. And it's got a featurette on The Last Man on Earth talking about Richard Matheson. So this is pretty cool. I watched this one night at like 2 in the morning when it was on cable and really enjoyed it a long time ago. Widescreen collection of My Bloody Valentine. So I did not have this one. But happy to have that. Haven't seen it in quite a while. The Others with Nicole Kidman. I only watched it once, but I did remember enjoying it, and I like the ending. So Dexter, second and third season. I only had the fourth season on disc, so that's nice. Hide and Seek, De Niro, pretty good show. This says it includes 4 alternate endings, so I'll check that out. I love special features. I love featurettes, alternate endings, things like that. Definitely not horror, but one of our horror heroes, Bruce Campbell as Briscoe County Jr., so here's the complete series. I've seen a few episodes of Briscoe County and always enjoyed it, so I'm real happy to have this. Blade Trinity, widescreen, unrated, special edition. I think it's just a 2-disc set. And I've got Blade 1 and 2. I did not have Blade Trinity, so that's good. Sweeney Todd. So Sweeney Todd is almost up there with Rocky Horror for me in that I love listening to the music. Didn't care so much for watching the movie, but I'm going to give it another try. Let's see. The Walking Dead Season 1. This is Blu-ray. And that was one in particular. He just got rid of it because he didn't want the Season 1. Reptilian, which I've never seen. I don't know if it's a rip-off of Godzilla or a rip-off of Gorgo or what, but we'll check it out. And let's see, Universal Soldier: The Return. So another one. Van Damme's in this one, but don't believe Dolph Lundgren is. So I don't know if that's the one I saw or not. Been too long. Darkness, the unrated version. Hadn't seen this, hadn't heard of it. We'll try her out. And lastly, the remake of The Time Machine. Me and my wife watched this not too long ago. There it went. We watched it not too long ago. I hadn't seen it in a long time, and it was better than I remembered it being. I think when it first came out, I was just offended at the idea of a Time Machine remake. So that's it for horror and sci-fi from the movies that my father-in-law gave us. So thanks again to him. Really appreciate it. And now we'll go through some that I picked up at a used disc store and flea market. So I went down to Megadisc Replay and picked up a few, and then I was at a flea market, and I think I can remember which came from where. So I think this was at the flea market. 300 on Blu-ray for $1. Didn't have a copy of it, so that's good. Planet Terror, extended and unrated. So I've got Planet Terror in Grindhouse. I've got the Grindhouse Blu-ray that Michael Bean signed for me, and Grindhouse itself only has the cut down version of Planet Terror with the missing reels and so forth. So, and just different box art again, kind of like Sin City. I'll keep it for that reason. And not horror, but figured I'd grab this. Stripes, the extended cut. Always love Stripes with Bill Murray. Says it's got 20 extra minutes. We'll see what they are. And then from Megadisc Replay, the Resident Evil collection on Blu-ray. So this is the 5-disc version of the collection. There is the full 6-disc version out there, but it was $12.99. Grabbed it. I'll get Resident Evil, the final chapter, on its own. And I was going to show both of these just for comparison. So I found the Ghostbusters 2 Steelbook with the River of Slime under the city. And on the back is some monsters coming out of the tunnel walls. I already had this. I bought this at Best Buy, I believe. But the Ghostbusters, and it's got the library ghost on the cover. And on the back is just library books and stuff flying off the shelf. But they, they're a set and they complement each other. So got this. Never did own Ghostbusters 2 before this, just because I'm kind of lukewarm to that one. Like the original much more for sure, but now I have it. Picked up Identity for $1. This was another one where I had a copy and not an original, so that's a good find, I thought. And Hellboy 2, The Golden Army for $1 on Blu-ray. So I had Hellboy 1 and I had the remake. I did not have part 2 yet, and this is a Blu-ray and standard def, and there's a digital code in it. So I don't know if this digital code works or not. We'll see, and maybe I'll add it as one of the free giveaways coming up. So I'll put that over there. That's it for DVDs. And found this today, actually. Mego Constructs of the Beast Man. So back here on the wall behind me, I've got a few of these guys. He-Man, Bender, Fry from Futurama. Put him up there with them. Found this. Thought it was pretty neat. So it's a 71 Chevy C10 pickup truck with a little Leatherface statue. And then Funko 5-star Michael Myers from the Curse of Michael Myers. So found him, and now the vinyl, and this will be the last of the haul. So I think so far the haul has run me, I don't know, less than $30 for the prices I paid for these things. I found these at good prices too. And I guess I'll show this one first. So not horror, but Stripes. Since I found that DVD the other day, today I found the Stripes soundtrack on a red, white, and blue exclusive colored vinyl. Of course, Elmer Bernstein did the soundtrack to Stripes, just like Ghostbusters, Great Escape, and he's done some of my favorite soundtracks over time, and Airplane. And he's really got a knack for martial music, I think, and I love the theme from Stripes, so that was always a good one. This one I was real excited to find in a disc replay store, but Dawn of the Dead, and this was on sale as well in a translucent lime green vinyl, so I'll show that off soon. And then at FYE for a decent price was The Goonies, and it's in canary yellow vinyl. So if somebody wants to say in the comments below what canary yellow's got to do with the Goonies, let me know. I can't recall anything. But I got this for 2 or 3 reasons. One, it's got 4 bonus tracks that were not in the movie. A longer version of the chase scene, Triple Stones and the ball chasing the kids, the skull cave chase, and the octopus music, the scene that was cut from the movie. But the Goonies is another score I love, especially the opening and the truck chase. So good stuff. So that's it for the weekly haul. Stay tuned. You'll see Colored Vinyl Tuesday coming up, and pretty soon here will be my 300 subscribers contest. So I broke 300 the other day. Thanks to everybody. Thanks to Andrew Ballina for nominating me for the Horror YouTuber of the Month. That really pushed me up and got me a lot of subs pretty quick. So that's it for now. That's the haul. I'll talk to you later. Like and subscribe if you haven't. Come back and see me. Have a good one.